And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We should have with us on the phone Lois Curran, and she's an author lives up in Missouri. Lois, are you with us this morning?
Yes, I'm here, Dan.
Hi.
Hey, Lois.
Hey.
Ann and I were talking. I said this was such a long time ago that we talked to you. I guess we did we get to talk to you on our show, or did we just dream that?
Yeah, it was. It was. Yes, during your show, it was live. You recorded me, and
okay,
right.
Okay.
It has been quite a while ago, though, Dan.
Yeah, and I know that I was looking at some of your information that you gave us, and it shows here that you're writing about the Dennison sisters, and I don't know that we even dug into that. Can we talk about who the Dennison sisters are and how they got created and all of that?
All righty. Well, actually, I just started writing about the first sister, and I thought I'm going to continue on because she did have two sisters in there. I just thought her up, and I thought I want to do something with her. This is like a sweet little romance. There's no mystery or anything in it. It's just really sweet. And I tried to write it a little bit different than your usual romance in the sense it wasn't, there was some real life things that could happen. This is basically a Christian book. Anyone could read it. But I dealt with issues that really happened to Christians, like pregnancy before marriage and abortion and things like that. So that was just kind of how I created it. I wanted to make it was a romance, but I really wanted to make it just a little bit different than your run-of-the-mill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we Ann was once a registered nurse, and it shows here in some of your information that you used to be a nurse also.
Yes, I'm a retired nurse. I'd worked at my local health department 44-plus years when I retired. It was hard to walk away.
Do you tend to gravitate towards that knowledge in your books?
Oh, yes, totally. Yes. All three books I gravitate around the nursing, and then when I did my thriller, it was around a medical field. It was based on a health department incident.
Is that the Deliberate Malice?
Yes,
I have that. I have that in my cart to listen to.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, sounded like it might be right up my alley. All right.
And when I said I wrote it about the health department, nothing like that really happened in the health department. This was all what if. So don't get me wrong.
And it's fiction. I mean, you write fiction.
Yes, correct.
We'll make sure people know that.
When you write fiction, do you take it a little step too far sometimes? Do you think that you maybe have crossed some lines?
No, I honestly don't, because I did research on it to find out what could really happen. My thing is, and I guess I was taught right from the start, even though you're writing fiction, it has to be realistic. It has to be able to really happen. And, I honestly don't. I think I maybe shock people with things that can happen, but everything I've written could possibly happen.
Yeah. Now, most writers write every day. Do you write?
Let me put it this way. I need to write every day. Like with the holidays, I haven't even, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't written. But I'm going to starting January 1st, which is tomorrow.
Are you in the thick of a book, or are you just...
Yes, I have started my next suspense thriller, and I want to get going on it. I've just kind of drug my feet on it, but I would like to get going on that and have it out at least by the middle of this year. Our writers group do a little thing called Jano, which is we start January 1st and we write. We don't edit. We don't do anything. And our goal is to try to write 50,000 words in the month. Now, if we don't make it, nobody cares. But I mean, if everybody that makes 50,000 words gets in a little drawing, and then we have our little Jano party in February. So this kind of jump starts us. And, and once I get words on paper, I can go back and fix it. I can make it better. I can delete it. But our goal is to just write. Don't worry about If we made an error or anything, just write until the end of the month.
Now, is that just an exercise to get you out of writer's block, maybe?
It's just that we just do this every year, and it just kind of jump starts you to get going. Yeah, and even the ones that do it that maybe only get 10,000 words, it still yet motivates them. Like, I can do this. So yeah, it's good for all of us.
Have you ever used one of these Jano sessions to use in one of your books or a chapter or whatever?
No, I never have.
Okay.
That gives me an idea.
Yeah. Well, you said that you like to write suspense thrillers. Do you get some kind of satisfaction out of creating something like that? I mean, do you go back and say, "Wow, that was a good idea, man! I really passed my expectations."
Yes, sometimes I do, but I tell you why I like to write that type. That's what I like to read.
You bet.
Robin Cook, all of those. All my life I've read those, and that's what I like to read. So therefore, I'm like, that's what I like to write.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't read romance. The only time I'll read a romance is if it's one of my author friends that has written one. I'll read their book.
Yeah.
But excuse me, I don't know. I surprised myself with how I did with the romance because, like I said, I don't really read it, but I enjoyed it. I look back, and it's funny. The three sisters, I became so involved with them. They were so into my head. I miss them now because I'm not talking about what they're doing every day.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? That's wild.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
They've taken on a life of their own.
Yes.
They do. Yeah, they do. They
so
their own little personalities.
Do you plan to go back and revisit them?
You know what? People have talked to me about I could go back and do a fourth book, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I might do that.
Stay tuned.
I'll have to work around it a little bit, but I've got some ideas that maybe I can work that in.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to like a writer's retreat? I mean, you said you and your writers get together.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I tell you, a few of us went in August 28th through September 1st to Nashville, and we attended BoucherCon. That was wonderful. Harlan Coben was there. I got to meet him. Oh, yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful conference.
Well, and that gives you inspiration, as well as I guess you can address things. I don't know how the writing process works, really, but if you have things that are problematic, I guess you can address those with other writers and maybe work through that.
Yeah, it's encouraging to hear them talk about their walk with their writing careers, and you hear them saying they go through the same things that you go through because sometimes you think you're the only one that has ever gone through that.
Isn't that the way?
Yeah. I would think that writing, when you read other people's books and those that may be on the top 10 list or whatever, you would think, how can I get that good? How can I come up with those fantastic ideas that they come up with? Do you, as a writer, do you still have those insecurities, I would say?
Oh, definitely, yes. Oh, yeah. And when I wrote my first sister, the Dennison sisters, when I wrote the first romance, when I got done, I was so proud of it. I was like, oh, my gosh, look at this. I actually did it. And then I thought, I can't do another one. What am I going to write about? I wrote everything I know. Then I find out that even like these top 10 on the list authors, they say no matter how many books they write, they have that same feeling. Every time they go to start a new book, they're like, I can't do it again.
Yeah.
But then you just start, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, my gosh, look at this. I'm getting some ideas.
Yeah.
And,
I guess every book you put everything into it, and you feel like your bucket's empty, right?
Correct. That is it right on the nose. I'm like, I don't have any more in me. I don't know what else to write. But then it comes back. It comes to you. You just need to start writing something, and like I say, you just write stuff, and you can always go back and change it and make it better and do a lot of editing and
just get
polish
it down.
it.
Get it down.
Yeah.
How can people find your books, Lois?
I'm on Amazon. Anybody can find me on Amazon.com.
Would they search?
They can type in that. They can type in the name of my book, or they can just type in my name, Lois Curran.
And then you get all her books right there. I
yeah,
think,
all
when
of them
you
will
do it that
show up.
way.
And your last name
and
has 2 R's, right? Curran.
Curran, and it's Curran. A lot of people want to say Curran. It's Curran.
Okay.
Curran.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Lois, we sure do appreciate you coming on. You got any big plans for this evening? You're going to go to bed early like all of us old people do.
Well, let me put it this way. If it's not something that involves my recliner, I'm probably not going to do it.
Oh, well, enjoy your New Year's Eve, and hopefully we'll at least get a couple books out of you next year. What do you think?
Yes, that's my plan.
Good.
And thank you for having me on again.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
and best of the new year to you.
Thanks, Lois.
Same to you all. All
right.
righty.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
She's very interesting.
She's in my genre. I like the suspense thriller.
Yeah, I do.
like those kinds
that's
of
my
books.
best.
That's my thing. That's my thing. I like. I mean, I venture out to other ones, but I gravitate to that. So
I'm not a reader. I have to admit that every time because I have problems assimilating the information that gets in my head. Anyway, but suspense thriller movies. I mean, if I had the choice, I'd watch them every day. And I love, and a lot of these books, I mean, a lot of the movies are written from books,
right?
Because they're so detailed and so deep, and they immerse the reader and the viewer into the story, and I just love those. Love.
There you go. Check out Lois Curran.
Yes.
On Amazon.
All right. We got a break coming up, and when we come back, we'll have more for you from around the table on our last show
of 24
of the year. Stay with us. Welcome back to the end of the year show with Dan and Ann here at Around the Table. I have a little Christmas gift.
You really tried to kill me.
Well, they're mints. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says it's a Star Trek theme thing, and it says dilithium crystals, and they're little mints, and
they're dilithium crystals is what they are.
They're pretty stout.
Y'all now.
I gave Ann one, and she all of a sudden I heard this gasping and clamoring over there, and
it was a mess.
She said it was stuck in your throat.
Well, kind of stuck in my throat, but the burning sensation was stuck in my throat.
Well, they're pretty potent.
I bet I won't have bad breath the rest of the day.
Yeah, probably won't.
Yay,
probably won't have a throat. You might have to go to surgery.
I don't know if y'all heard that.
Got yelling going on in the studio.
We got some yelling going on.
Oh boy, what's going on around?
Ladies, Birkin bag. Now I don't know. I don't know a lot about a Birkin bag, but evidently that's a designer bag that I don't know. The ladies like. Walmart is not selling Birkin bags. They are selling dupes of Birkin bags. So you can get a dupe. You know, I know people that's
like a knockoff.
Have you ever bought a knockoff? Like usually from a foreign country.
Yeah.
And they look alike, you know, but there's certain ways you can figure out if they're legit or not in different stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bought dupes for stuff before, but you can buy the Birkin dupe for $80. And
what would it originally cost? $300 or $400 or something?
No, like let's go probably 1,000.
Oh, really?
Probably. I would say the hundreds to like Louis Vuitton and Chanel, you know, those types of things.
Yeah.
Those bags, they're quite expensive.
Does it cost any more to make those than the dupes?
You know, I don't know if it's
probably not.
But maybe I know there's probably more quality leather or things like that.
Golden thread.
But anything, it's because it has the designer's name on it.
Oh, well.
That's the only reason.
Okay.
The look-alike I don't know how to say that. So anyway, I'm not going to go into the rest of that story, but go to your Walmart.
Oh, Walmart.
Go to Walmart and Google Birkin dupe and see what comes up.
Oh, okay. So Walmart's selling a similar looking
dupe. It's a dupe. Yes.
It's a duplicate, duplicate or whatever.
Yeah.
Heck, I just go. I mean, if I wanted to impress people, I just go get the one that looked like
$30,000 Birkin.
Can you see me walking around with a Birkin bag, a dupe bag?
Wow. 30 is I'm listening to you, but
no, you're not.
No, I'm not. $30,000 Birkin. I'm just thinking
$30,000
Birkin
for $80. That's a steal. Oh my gosh!
Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry, my mind was.
I said, what would you? What do you think I would look like? You know, wouldn't I impress people wearing
a Birkin?
A knockoff, yeah. Yes,
okay.
Ma'am.
You bet.
You know what's in and out for the coming year?
Burgers?
Well, you know, 2024 is almost history, and soon friendship bracelets will be out.
Oh.
You know, everybody's buying friendship bracelets and buying the little charms and all that. Well, that's supposed to be out. According to trends watchers, the fad set by Swifties.
Oh. Okay.
You know who a Swiftie is, don't you?
Yes, I know who a Swiftie is.
Yeah. This year has run its course. Some have Jason and Travis Kelce, who are predictable to be way less in the next year. A bunch of the trendsetters, based on these reporters at the Washington Post, compiled their own list of what's expected to be out for 2024. Tripod burials is going to be in.
It says out.
Oh. Expected to be out. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Tripod burials, meticulously arranged pantry containers, the Hawk Taw Girl, and socks with Mary Janes are all supposed to be a so-so last thing.
I don't even know what some of that is.
Yes. Do you know what Hello Kitty is?
Yes.
Well, that's the only gifts we got Sydney this year.
Or Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty socks,
That's what she
Hello
wanted?
Kitty pajamas,
She's into Hello Kitty.
Yes. And we even got wrapping paper that had Hello Kitty on them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So she just loves Hello Kitty. I mean,
Okay.
And you know what?
Love your.
If you want to set a trend, you don't have to go by any other trend. Just set your
You
own.
can wear silver pants to work
You
and
can
let everybody go.
stand up,
Huh.
stand up, and let people see your New Year's pants. Okay. All right.
You should have seen the look on Dan's face when
Yeah.
I walked
What in the world are you wearing today? I said, "Oh, aluminum foil pants." We're talking about knockoffs and dupes and things like that. The Olympians say that their 2024 medals are already falling apart.
I heard that.
Says that recently a bunch of third-place finishers posted pictures of their tarnished bronze medals from the Paris Olympic Games, complaining that they already look like they are from the 1924 Olympics. But for some of them, they admit to going swimming with their medals on and then lending them to their friends for the weekend. So it might not be equally. It might be the quality of the bronze but it may be the usage. You're not supposed to.
You know what?
Put them to use.
If I had earned a medal at the Olympics, I'm not wearing it in the water. I'm not loaning it out to my friends. That sucker's going to be up somewhere
really?
Displayed. I'm not.
Yeah, I would put mine in a hermetically sealed case.
Duh.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's my response.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Whatever. Jimmy Carter passed away.
Right.
They're going to have it. Well,
you remember his? No, never mind.
What?
No.
There's a pretty good reason why Canadians can't stop posting about Jimmy Carter. He did save the country from a nuclear disaster, after all. In 1952, when Carter was U.S. Navy lieutenant, he was sent to Northern Ontario to help shut down an experimental nuclear reactor that was melting down. Carter and his team was lowered in, each of no more than 90 seconds, and saved the reactor. His pee was radioactive for weeks after that. They told him he'd never have kids, but guess what?
Oh.
He had 4.
Oh.
And to my knowledge, they were all okay. But they're not going to have his funeral, I don't think, till after New Year's, January 9th, I believe is what this says.
So he was radioactive, huh?
I reckon he was.
Wow.
That's pretty wild. That would, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Was he doing cancer
I don't know what he
treatments or something?
I don't know, but he made it to 100, so he lived a
he may
long
not.
life.
He may have been an alien.
Okay. Well, we don't know where that came.
I don't have a clue where that would come from. Anyway, we need to take a break. We got one more to do before the end of the show and the end of the year, and we'll do that right now. Stick around, stay with us for more from Around the Table with Dan and Ann. And welcome back to Around the Table. Ann and I are talking about some places to eat for New Year's, and Big Cedar's open tonight.
I don't know.
Most restaurants will probably open.
My son works at Uncle Buck's, so we're going to go to dinner at Uncle Buck's.
Going to go up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of the restaurants are going to be open here. I know
Jamie's and
the other one. That's how that Buckets is open. Yeah, a bunch of them are open, and it's nice. You don't have to wait till midnight to do your thing. You can go and have a little drink and eat a little appetizer if you want. If you want to eat light or gorge yourself, I don't care.
My husband has been known, and I've probably told this before, to wake me up at midnight and go, "Happy New Year." Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
But-
when you make 3 or 4 trips in the middle of the night, you can always do that.
Exactly. For sure.
Oh, what are some of these stories we need to get in? Every cigarette takes 20 minutes off of your life.
There
A
you
bunch
go.
of
That's-
scientists in England think they've pinpointed exactly how much shorter your life gets with every cigarette you smoke, according to researchers at University of College in London. Each butt takes about 20 minutes off of your life. So, for example, smoking a whole pack will shorten your days by about 7 hours. On the bright side, quitting a half a pack a day habit on January 1st will get you one more day of living by the 8th.
Okay,
of
so
January.
did they really do a bunch of scientists do a study on this, and why did they do a study? We know smoking's bad for you. Is that not enough that we have to spend more money on researching something we already freaking know is bad for you?
We already know
I
that.
don't understand. I don't need to know in minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't think people aren't. Well, is that going to change some people's minds? Do you think?
And how
Maybe?
long did it take? And don't you think a lot of
This
this
is
is
just
just guessing?
Bunch of crap.
You were going to
what
say
it is.
BS, weren't you?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well, they had to justify the grant money that they got to stretch
On a study
this,
that we already.
and this was a 2-year project. So you got to pace yourself. You got to come up with you got to keep the paperwork. You got to have things filed away, and you. I mean, if I was
Milk it.
yeah. There's a proper.
I started to do that, but I was afraid it would look obscene. So
There's a proper procedure for milking, and that's how you do it.
okay.
Vampire hedgehog is the newest species discovered.
This was interesting. This whole thing.
Yeah, where was this hedgehog
Where's
all
it been?
along?
Was it like hibernating?
Was it
Crossed?
the best friend of like Sasquatch or something? They hung out together, and we didn't find it till recently.
Now that we found that, maybe Sasquatch will be real. I don't know.
2 of the newest species in the world discovered in 2024 is the vampire hedgehog and the blob-headed fish. Did you see a picture of that?
No.
Looks freaky.
I'll
Looks
have to
almost
look
like
that
a
up.
person. Big old buggy eyes, and it looks like it has.
Where
a
did they
human-
find it? That's what
have
I
no
want to
idea.
know.
The vampire hedgehog is tiny and comes with a set of fangs, and was found in Vietnam.
Okay.
Another species discovered was the pygmy pipe horse off the coast of South Africa. It's a type of seahorse that's only the size of a golf tee.
Okay. Did they find that? And I guess and just named it whatever you name it.
Well, whoever discovered it
Discovery
can name it.
can name it.
And the blob-headed fish, which was found in Peru, looks exactly like it sounds. Scientists believe that we've only discovered about 1/10 of all the species in the entire world. That is bizarre
Wow.
in today's technology.
I'm gonna have to look up where the pygmy pipe horse was found
Yeah, pretty weird.
because they didn't put where it was found.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Okay.
Do you want to do one?
I mean, yeah, sure. Losing weight in the new year.
Yes, sure.
Half of Americans say that their New Year's resolution is, guess what?
Lose weight.
Lose weight. Drop some pounds, whatever that looks like for
Mm-hmm.
2025. And forget Ozempic. We're talking about doing it the natural way. Well, thank you for
Mm-hmm.
that. Fitness experts say that if you're trying to lose weight in the new year, find a workout you love to do. Don't do running if you hate running. You know,
Yeah.
find something that you enjoy and
Like eating?
stick with it. No, like exercise-wise, you dingleberry, and stick to a schedule during the week. And that's part. You know, a lot of
that's
it's
the
up
hardest
here
part. Yeah,
and
it is.
up
It
here,
is. Yeah.
in my opinion. Also, have an accountability partner
Yes.
that keeps you. That helps. It does.
Yeah, and let that accountability partner have more dedication than you maybe.
I'm not saying Ozempic is not ever like a
I think it's good in the short run.
but I think that's it.
Yeah. Today is the last day of 2024. You want to go through some of these? Alaska Airlines 737 MAX door falls off in mid-flight.
Wow, we all want to remember that one.
Yeah, that's some of the things that are happening. Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses. The Diddy charge on sex trafficking happened. The total eclipse happened. Oh, I remember that very well.
You bet.
Bennifer split up again.
Exactly.
Brat Summer. Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso becomes the song of the summer. Jules LeBron makes a very demure, very mindful, and very trendy. You want to do some of these?
Lordy. Kendrick Lamar and Drake take rap beefing on a whole new level. Paris Olympics, Mooding, the baby hippo, Wicked, 2024 presidential election. The internet goes weirdly nuts for insurance CEO murder.
Yeah, really.
Suspect Luigi Mangione. And the Eras Tour finally ends with a $2 billion ticket sales. Passing were James Earl Jones, Quincy Jones, Bob Newhart, Richard Simmons, Liam Payne, and Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
It's New Year's Eve. Please be safe.
Be safe
We
and
won't
drive
see you
responsibly.
tomorrow, but we'll be back Thursday, bright and early.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.